Welcome back. This is Metropole Business Center, the show that brings you up to speed on the news and views from the world of business. And as I said earlier on the show, every Thursday, we take a special look at the world of technology. Now on this segment, we're shifting gears to our new segment, which is our gadget review segment on Metropole Business Center. And we'll be doing this every Thursday. I'll not be doing the review by myself. Joe Wanjara joins me now on Metropole Business Center. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you so much for having me.
Very well. So today we are reviewing a gadget that has been quite a talking point in the city.
Yes.
And that's the Oppo Reno 4, which is a premium mid-range smartphone. So let's get right into it, Joe.
Yes.
What are the features that probably a consumer out there needs to know about this smartphone?
Well, the Oppo Reno 4, first of all, is a very solid device in terms of its build quality. It looks very premium. The back is all polished and all. If you didn't know, you'd actually think it's actually around 90,000 Kenya shillings. But it has launched for around 39 Kenya shillings. 39,000, sorry. Which is actually a decent price for the features it has. It sports a 6.4-inch Full HD AMOLED display. They decided to go for AMOLED and not LCD, which is actually something very nice.
What's the distinction for those of us who are not tech? AMOLED, LED?
Well, AMOLED will basically save your battery in terms of the technology on how it lights on to display stuff on your phone. So basically, AMOLED illuminates single pixels as opposed to LCD that will illuminate the entire screen. So if you have a black screen, the whole of an LCD screen will be on, but an AMOLED screen will basically be off. It will turn itself off to portray black. So basically, it saves you a lot of energy if you're going to use it for a whole day of use. Another feature of the Reno 4 is its camera department. Oppo is actually known to make one of the best cameras around. So for this device, they went for a 48 megapixel main sensor. They also have an 8 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel micro, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. So if you put that together on the back, you come out with a very premium setup for the camera. And it also has features like HDR, that's high dynamic range, meaning basically the color reproduction of your photos and videos will be accurate. It also has image stabilization, both on the selfie camera and on the back camera setup. If you move on to its battery, it has 4015 milliamp battery. That will take you over a day of use for an average user, which is actually very nice. They also added what I would say fast charging at 30 watts. Basically, you can go from 0 to 50% in only 20 minutes. That's really nice. Other things are the usual suspects. We have USB Type-C, Bluetooth 5.1. Pretty much the latest technology in the market right now.
All right.
Yes.
And the operating system?
On the operating system, they went with Android 10, which is still the current version of Android. It's they've put their own skin on top. That's the ColorOS 7.2. Android is set to release Android 11. Sorry, Google is set to release Android 11 very soon, and Oppo confirmed that they will also upgrade the phone to Android 11 once it's released. So in terms of software, you're getting the best in the market, and in terms of security, you're well assured that your phone is secure.
Very well.
Yeah.
Good. People will always talk about memory. I'm one of those who wants to think about the storage space.
Yeah.
How much storage space does the Oppo Reno 4 pack?
The Oppo Reno 4 comes with 128 GB onboard memory and 8 GB of RAM. And it's actually one of the very few phones in 2020 that actually has an option for expandable memory. So if you feel like 128 GB is not enough, you have an option of slotting in an SD card of up to 256 GB. Another thing also forgot to mention was the processor. It actually has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G, which is a mid-range sort of chipset, but still works very fine if you're looking to game and also to just use to convert your phone into a powerhouse, basically.
Probably let's look at who are the direct competitors. Here's Oppo. Which other phone can I say, or would you say, is comparable to this phone?
To Oppo Reno 4, I would say the Samsung Galaxy A71. And we also have the iPhone SE 2020 that was released in April. I will also think that the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Lite is actually a direct competitor as well.
All right. And I also note even Huawei is also in that
Yes,
space.
especially with their Nova 7i. The Huawei Nova 7i. It's actually, they're going head to head.
All right.
Yeah, but I will still lean towards Oppo if you're looking for, a feature-packed phone.
Very well. From where you sit as an expert on matters to do with these gadgets, it's 39,000 for the Oppo Reno 4 value for money.
I actually think it is. It is. And it's not just Oppo. A lot of companies are actually realizing that customers actually want value for their money. If you look at Apple, for instance, in April, like I've just mentioned, they released their iPhone SE 2020 for around 33,000 Kenya shillings. That's actually very uncommon for Apple. And next week, on Thursday, they'll be having the Apple event. They'll be launching the iPhone 12 series. So here, they usually have three phones. In this case, it's going to be the Apple iPhone 12, 12 Pro, and the 12 Pro Max. But this year, they're releasing an extra phone called the iPhone 12 Mini, which is also going to be basically a budget phone. So companies are realizing that customers want value for their money. Samsung has just released a toned-down version of the Samsung Galaxy S20 called the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE, meaning Fan Edition. And so Oppo has also realized this. So they made this phone, gave it all the premium features, but priced it affordably. So in terms of value for money, I think they got it right.
I'm very curious about the iPhones that you've just mentioned that are sort of meant for, not meant for the premium target.
Yes.
Are we talking about the same price, that 9,000?
If you talk about the iPhone SE 2020 that they released in April, the phone goes for around 33,000. Yeah. Which is actually very decent because it runs the Apple A12 Bionic chipset. That's the exact same chipset that you find on the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max. So they didn't disappoint they didn't tone it down so much. They just sacrificed a few things like the design, the build quality, but they made sure that the most important things like the speed is up to standard with Apple. So they're not really sacrificing much.
All right. Let's take a look at the cons around this phone, the Oppo Reno 4. What will you say are the downsides to it?
Well, it's such a solid phone. It's so hard to find, a blemish. But I think the only thing I would really want to mention is the refresh rate. The refresh rate is at 60 hertz, which is...
What is refresh rate for some of those?
Refresh rate is, how much your screen is actually refreshing per second.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're scrolling through. So the higher the refresh rate, the smoother the phone feels and looks at the same time. So phones in 2020, they are coming out with 90 hertz refresh rates, 120. But Oppo with the Reno 4, they decided to go with the usual 60 hertz. However, they actually have another version of the Reno 4 called the Reno 4 Pro 5G, where they've added the refresh rate. They've increased it from 60 to 90, which is actually good. So I think that's the only thing that they sacrificed for this phone, I think, to make the price come down to what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Probably in closing, is there any other thing that probably you see Oppo coming up with that probably we should be watching out?
Well, Oppo is a very inventive company, but just like any other company, they tend to put their technology under wraps until they are confident that it's ready for the consumers. So so far I haven't had any any rumors or any tips of what they're coming up with, but they're usually out there. They're usually very innovative. The other thing actually they've released alongside the Reno 4 is their smartwatch, the Reno Smartwatch, which actually runs Wear OS by Google. It's a very decent smartwatch. Comes with everything you'd actually want from a smartwatch, including the heart rate sensor, sleep tracker, and everything. So they're doing great.
Very well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe, for that very elaborate review on the Oppo Reno 4.
You're welcome.
Indeed, I'm looking forward to more gadget reviews to just get the consumers out there up to speed on what's coming into the market that they could consider as they upgrade.
Yes.
Very well.
All right.
Yes, that's my colleague Joe Wanjara, who has been assisting me to basically go through or take a gadget review of the Oppo Reno 4, and I'm sure you've been informed on whether that's the gadget that probably fit your budget and fit your preferences and tastes. And indeed, next week we'll be looking at yet another device here on Metropole Business Center. My name is Stephen Kimani, and this has been the Metropole Business Center, and this is Metropole TV, Kenya's 24-hour business channel. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on Metropole TV.